Hello everyone, this is Mystic Goddess with your general reading. So today we're going to see what the person who is thinking about you is not telling you currently. This reading is for everyone of every zodiac sign, so feel free to switch the energies around as needed. Alright, so let's go ahead and get into these messages. Give me messages please, Holy Spirit, for everyone that watches this reading. When it comes to the person who is thinking of my viewers, what is that person not telling my viewers currently when it comes to love? What is that person not telling my viewers currently when it comes to love? 2 more shuffles. All right, so let's see what comes out here. All right, so at the bottom of the deck, we have the 8 of Swords. They're in their head. They feel as though they're stuck on you. It's also giving energy of them playing the victim. If you have been restricting access, they're feeling some way about it. It's also coming out like they feel powerless when it comes to the current situation between the two of you. So they're stuck in their head. With the 6 of Cups being right next to that, they're thinking a lot about the two of you reconciling, or they're thinking a lot about how things used to be. You may have had some pleasant memories with this person, but I also feel as though you've had some bad experiences with them as well. They also may be using something as a way of comforting themselves. So they could be looking at old text messages, or they're looking at old photos. But doing that is actually making them feel worse. With the Magician card being here, they're in their head so much because you're the full package. For a few of you, this person could come in with some manipulative communication. Okay, they could try to trap you in some way, especially with the 8 of Swords being here, so keep that in mind. At the top of the deck, we have the Queen of Pentacles. So they miss how you were so generous, caring, and nurturing. I feel like many of you took really good care of this person. They may also be in their head because you're not as welcoming toward them as you used to be. So, yeah, this person is stuck in a mental prison. Give me more. There's also certain memories of you that are haunting them. Thank you. All right, we have the Page of Wands, and it came out in reverse. So if they haven't been reaching out with communication, they may not be telling you the real reason as to why. If you block this person, they could be hiding how they truly feel about it. Even if they blocked you, they may not be expressing the real reason behind it. They're also a bit impatient when it comes to, how can I put this? They want to hear from you, okay? And they're getting impatient when it comes to that. Some of you could get communication from this person out of nowhere. It's also giving energy of them trying to distract themselves in some way, but it's not really working. At the bottom of the deck, we have the 4 of Cups. So if they haven't been reaching out with communication, a part of that is because they feel as though you'll reject them, or they think that you could ignore them. They are contemplating as of now, okay? So they could be trying to figure out what they should say to you, or they're trying to figure out their approach. But one thing for sure is when they do come toward you, it's going to be in a lazy way. And what I mean by that is they're not going to put in a whole lot of effort. So yeah, they're discontent as of now. They may also be bored. I feel like they've been trying their best to come off as though they're indifferent, but in reality, they're stuck in their head. With the Chariot card being here, if the two of you have been distant, or if this person distanced themselves from you, One thing that they're not telling you is that they're still in love with you. Like I said, this person thinks about you a lot. They think about you a lot. At the top of the deck, we have the Page of Pentacles. So for some reason, they're hesitating in regards to reaching out to you. There are certain things that they want to say, but they also want to come off as grounded and stable when they do reach out. So they don't want to give you any hints in regards to them missing you, them being stuck in their head. But they're missing you and wanting you a lot more than you're aware of. I also feel like they could be hesitant because they don't know how to approach you. For a few of you, they could be waiting until they think you'll have a different perspective in regards to them. Give me more. So yeah, past memories or past conversations between the two of you is truly haunting this person. They feel like they can't move on, but at the same time, they feel a bit helpless in regards to being able to turn things around. They also miss the simple pleasures of being with you. I feel like some of you definitely catered to this person, or you were just really kind, always willing to help, always coming to this person's assistance whenever they were in need. They're also reminiscing a lot about their childhood. Thank you. All right, we have the Page of Cups, and it came out crossing. So it's giving energy of this person being emotionally vulnerable as of now. I also feel like the way they're handling things between the two of you is a bit immature. If they haven't been reaching out with communication, it's either out of insecurity or it's because they're trying to escape accountability. With the Star card being at the bottom of the deck, I do feel like they're going to reach out with some communication after a time period of being distant, but they want to approach you in the perfect manner. They're hoping that you'll be sensitive toward them when they do come in. Also, if there have been any issues between the two of you that may have caused a disconnect, keep in mind that when they come in, they're going to try and play innocent. So, in other words, when they come toward you, they're going to try and keep it cute and sweet. With the Hierophant card being here along with the Eight of Wands, I do see that for some of you, they're going to start talking about settling down. They could talk about marriage. For some of you, they could even offer you a relationship. There's also someone they're talking to that's giving them advice in regards to you. Okay. At the top of the deck, we have the Ace of Swords. So there will be communication between the two of you. I also feel like when they come in, they're doing so to gain clarity. They're hoping that the two of you can get to a breakthrough in order to move the relationship in a new direction. For a few of you, they may try and redirect your focus, or they may try and deflect from taking accountability. They also want to come toward you like they have their head on straight, even if they don't. You're the star, all right? You are the star. I feel like you're really inspirational, someone who's positive. You heal this person. You have really healing energy about you. For some of you, you may have talked to this person about keeping faith. You may have spoken life into them, or there are certain things that you would say to them that was really healing. There's something about your voice or something about the way that you speak to people that's really, really healing. You also are really tapped in to the divine, especially with the Hierophant here and the Star card. So it lets me know that you're blessed and highly favored. With the Page of Cups being here along with the Star card, it also lets me know that the main reason behind this person reaching out to you is to reconcile. Give me more. So they're going to try their best to keep it cute and sweet. They may not come off overly emotional or anything like that. Thank you. All right, we have the Eight of Cups, and it came out crossing. So yeah, they're having a really hard time when it comes to letting you go. If they walked away, I do see them coming back, but there is an obstacle in the way. It seems to be a particular person or a certain group of people. Now, for others of you, it could be a lifestyle. There are certain ties that they have to people or certain behaviors that they need to let go of. Also, when they do come in, some of you may not be as quick to accept this person back because deep down you could feel as though they're not going to change. I also feel like if they walked away from you, or even if you walked away from them, they walked right into a bad situation. For some of you, they could have even walked away from you to go toward a third party. Okay, but that message is not specific, so please don't force that to fit. If you know for sure they're connecting with someone else, they've been thinking about leaving that person and trying to return back to you. So yeah, many of you are just done when it comes to accepting less than you deserve. At the top of the deck, we have the Nine of Pentacles. So you've been through a lot and you've put a lot of effort into changing. Just know that you will be rewarded for your efforts. Some of you may have noticed that when you disconnected from this person, you started to become more successful. You started to achieve your goals. You may have even noticed that you became a lot more secure, whether it was financially, on a material level, or when it comes to your health. Could even be your mental health. What they're not telling you is that they know that you don't need them, and it really bothers this person. You don't need them, but they need you. That speaks volumes. Give me more. What is this person not telling my viewers when it comes to love? What is this person not telling my viewers when it comes to love? Thank you. All right, we have the Hermit card, and that came out crossing as well. So this person has been doing a little bit of self-reflection or self-reflecting, but they're not going all that deep. If they have been withdrawn, they're not telling you the real reason as to why. There's a sacrifice that they need to make, but they're hesitant to do so. But see, them holding on to people or a certain lifestyle that is not of their highest good is actually blocking this person's blessings. That's what they don't understand. So yeah, after a time period of being withdrawn, I see this person coming toward you. Also keep in mind that they may not be, I don't want to say they may not be in their right mind, but they may not be completely stable when they do come in. All right. It's also giving energy of them being a lot more antisocial. Okay. I'm not saying that they're completely isolating themselves, but for some reason, they've been spending a lot more time alone. It's coming out like they're surrounded by uncertainty as of now. They feel like their life is lacking direction. They're trying to put it all into perspective, but they're having a hard time doing so. And see, one of the things that is keeping this person so stuck and stagnant, like I said before, is them being willing to make the sacrifices. I feel like they wait on everything or everyone around them to change instead of them making changes themselves. So they need to focus on the man or the woman in the mirror. At the top of the deck, we have the Justice card. I do feel like they are also getting karma. At one point, you were the one that was all up in your head. You may not have been able to think straight. This person could have kept you in a state of uncertainty in regards to where you stood with them or in regards to where the relationship was going to go. So whatever they're going through at the moment, it's a consequence of their own behavior and their own decisions. Also, with the Justice card being here, it lets me know that this person knows that you're an individual that has integrity. Overall, you're pretty honest. They know that, but they may not be telling you. There's also something that you were right about that this person doesn't want to admit. Give me more. And see, the sad thing is they know better. You know how people know better and so they do better? This person is the complete opposite. They know better, but they refuse to do better. Thank you. We have the Ace of Cups and it came out in reverse. So what they're not telling you is that they feel empty. I want to say this came out in another reading that I did recently as well. They feel like they're not loved. They're also suffering an emotional loss as of now. For a few of you, this person definitely has mommy issues. Could be daddy issues. This is a general reading, so feel free to switch it around. Also, if they did get in a new relationship, that person doesn't truly love them. They may not even truly love the person. It's not what it looks like. It's almost like they went toward the worst of the worst. The worst of the worst. They didn't have much to choose from. Yeah, this is sad. I also feel like they value people based on how much they have. So they equate beauty, abundance, prosperity, and the material world to a person's value. They also worry if you still love them or if you have feelings for them. For a few of you, they feel like their parent doesn't love them, or they may not have had the best relationship with the parent. It's coming out like they were raised with someone who was cold. Raised by someone who was cold. Someone who was really empty. Someone who wasn't affectionate. Someone who didn't instill positivity within them. They may even feel like they were neglected growing up. Now, for others of you, it's the exact opposite. They may have had a parent that was smothering them, coddling them, or a parent who's been overbearing, with the Seven of Cups being at the bottom of the deck. This is someone who needs to search for their purpose. Right now, they're surrounded by illusions, and I also feel like they have friends or family members around them who are fueling or playing into that illusion. It's giving La La Land type of energy. At the top of the deck, we have the Lover's card. So another thing that they're not telling you is that they have been looking at other options. Now, some of you are aware of that, but others of you may not be aware. Regardless, any other options that they have doesn't compare to you. Even if they were to choose to deal with someone else, the connection won't be the same. Give me one more card. What is this person not telling my viewers? But they still love you though. But see, what's weird is their energy comes out like they don't truly know what love is. Now, they feel as though they love you. They truly feel as though they love you. But I don't think this person truly knows what love is. Anyone who is dating them, the love or the affection that they give will come with terms and conditions. Thank you. We have the Page of Swords, and that card came out crossing. So what they're not telling you is they're scatterbrained at the moment. It's coming out like They can't really think straight. There's also something that they said or did and they're regretting it. They feel like they said or did it at the wrong time. For a few of you, if this person tends to be rude or if they say things that are insulting, they're not telling you the true reason behind it. I feel like they've had someone in their life growing up who would ridicule them. Someone who would say sarcastic things to them. Someone who would insult them. It's almost like they were picked on or bullied as a child. So yeah, this is someone who feels stuck at the moment, okay? They feel trapped in their mind. As of now, they're a bit restricted. Now, why they are restricted will be different for all of you. For some of you, they're restricted because they just don't want to take accountability. They're not ready to make any changes, and they're definitely not ready to make any sacrifices. So it keeps them stuck. Now, that could be in regards to the lifestyle that they're living, certain behaviors. It could be in regards to the way that they handle relationships. But for others of you, there could be a third party who's restricting them as of now. They're reminiscing about you a lot. They're in a mental prison. They could be distant when it comes to communication, but I do see them coming in, but they're not going to be all that expressive. This is someone who's discontent with their life as of now, and they feel completely disconnected. Also, even though some of you may feel like no matter what you did, it just wasn't enough, like you just couldn't satisfy this person, they may have even said or done things to make you feel like you were not giving enough, or they were not happy with you, or whatever. Deep down, out of everyone that they've connected with, they feel as though you are the ideal partner. But this is also someone who has really deep-rooted mommy or daddy issues. And because they feel as though whoever raised them didn't really love them or wasn't really there for them, because they haven't healed those traumas, anyone they connect with will pay for it. If it's mommy issues, you have to think about it. The mother is the first person who is the nurturer. So if the relationship is messed up with the mother, just think about how that will affect their relationships. Even if it's with the father is supposed to be the protector, the authoritative figure, you know, and if they have a messed up situation or a messed up relationship with their father, if the father was mean, if the father was rude, or if the father made them feel less than in any way, that's gonna play a huge role in the person growing up with insecurity, and everyone around them will be paying for it. They still love you, but this is someone who's a bit of a dreamer, and their main problem is they expect certain things out of others that they're not willing to give themselves, okay? So they'll expect you to behave a certain way, to appear a certain way, to respond a certain way, but they're not going to give you that same energy in return. This is someone who plays by their own rules. It's coming out like they just are focused on what they wish things could be, how they wish things could be, instead of doing what it takes to make those wishes become reality. They're also spying on you heavily. Now, if you know for sure this person has absolutely no way of spying on you, then it just means that they're curious in regards to you. It could even mean that they're gossiping or they're researching you in some way. But yeah, they're lost. This is someone who's completely lost. I mean, there's someone walking on the 8 of Cups and it's crossing. They don't even know where they're going in life. They don't know where they're going. This is someone who's lost. So to allow this person to lead you would be crazy. They will literally lead you down a dead end road, or they will lead you nowhere, because they don't even know where they're going. So how can you have a healthy relationship with someone like that? It just doesn't work that way. They need to find themselves. I truly feel like this person doesn't even know who they are. They've lost their identity because they're too busy trying to be what everyone wants them to be. That's why they flip so much. They have different sides to them because they're trying to please everybody, but they're unhappy with themselves. And that's really sad. The Ace of Cups in reverse, this person does not love themselves. And I don't know if it's because of their looks or because they were made to feel like they were the black sheep. For some of you, they may have been made to feel like they're hard to love. That's sad. That's really sad. So just make sure that you're vigilant. Make sure that you have strong boundaries and do whatever you need to do to protect your peace. Because someone who has nothing going for themselves, they will lead you down the wrong path. Someone who feels as though they have nothing to lose will help you lose all that you gain. And I rebuke that in the name of Jesus. You've come way too far. You come way too far, and you know where you're going. You know what you want. You know what you want. And you can have whatever it is that you want. Just don't limit yourself. Don't limit yourself. Remember who our divine Father is. Remember that. You are an emperor or an empress, and you should be treated as such. You will be treated as such. So do not allow anyone to keep you stuck. All right. And so that is the reading, everyone. If you guys resonated with this, or if you liked this reading, make sure that you give this video a thumbs up. Also, don't forget to subscribe if you haven't already. I would love to have you as a part of the Mystic family. I love each and every one of you guys so much. You take care. Be safe. Until next time. Bye.